Hello, duelists. Welcome to the King's Court. Okay, so, right there, I just used Ash right away. This is actually a practice game between me and good friend of the channel, C. If you're familiar with our Digimon content, he's the same person who we just did a deck profile on recently on his Dobrik deck. So if you, I'll leave a picture of the thumbnail right here. So go ahead and go check that out. Um, Recently, I've been okay. Really quick, just gotta get this out of the way. We took like a small kind of like half a week break, because some stuff came up. People were graduating from school, and I had to go see a bunch of relatives, that sort of thing. So we're back now, and I was able to actually get a practice game in because unfortunately I couldn't go play at my local's most recent Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. I almost said Digimon. I couldn't play in that either. So yeah, basically this is just me practicing my Yubel deck. This is a much different build than the one I played last time. Just the one where I topped twice actually at my locals Yu-Gi-Oh OTS tournament with this is a different build. I'm trying out super polymerization because like a lot of decks lately I've been using super poly to board break and all that, so I'm trying it out here. And my friend C, he is like always piloting his Blue Eyes deck. He is also working on a new build for his Red Dragon Archfiend deck. So if you want to see that, let us know. And that's pretty much everything. Really quick, I've said this a million times. I am so sorry for the glare. I can't do anything about it. I tried. So right here, I just nibbed his field. So that's why he has that token right there. And I asked him at the beginning. Ash is actually what you Valor and Imperm are actually the cards you really want to use against Blue Eyes, especially on like their Link monster. And also, when I play Heroes, that deck actually Heroes actually does really good against Blue Eyes because they really can't. They need their graves. So Dark Law actually really messes with them. Which, for the record, I'm always playtesting both decks, Heroes and Yubel. Those are the decks I main. I'm working on a new build for Heroes as well. So if you want to see the updated deck profiles on Yubel and Heroes, let me know in the comments. So he's going to go into his Link monster. He's going to be able to search his field. Unfortunately, I already used up Ash at the beginning, and so I can't really do anything else. So just got to wait. Let's see. So he's looking over the nib token because, like, everyone we always forget. You never really think about the level of the nib token. It's level 11, so he can't really use it for anything right now, at least. So he's just looking over his all his stuff and trying to think of his next move. Luckily, the nib and Ash did kind of hurt his momentum, so that's good for me. So he's going to link off his monster. He's going to attribute it to go into a Blue Eyes. And he's going to be able to get Maiden out, and he's going to be able to synchro into a level 11 monster. For the record, this is a practice match, so we're not siding either. Especially since he's actually working on his side deck, because he's still kind of new to, like, side decking and all that, so he's still figuring that out. Now, I actually bricked hard. I actually haven't bricked in a while with either decks, actually. So I just switched the nib to attack and just went for it. And I set at, I mean, not at, set Ash. I set Imperm, and I forgot what the other card I set was. I think it was Called By. And he just blows. Yeah, it was Called By. Called By an Imperm. I couldn't do much. I'm not even kidding. I opened up Ash, Nib, Imperm, and I think I opened up Double Droll or something. Which Droll doesn't really come up that much against Blue Eyes. So yeah, he's able just to go from there and just yeah, I can't really stop him. Was it Droll? I forgot what it was. Either way, it was something that really couldn't help me right now. Yeah, I opened up no starters. No, I didn't open. Unfortunately, no Lotus, no Nightmare Throne, no open Spirit Gates, no Beckoning Beast, nothing. It's crazy. I opened up nothing. Dang. Although, hey, it happens all. It does happen once in a while. And he's just gonna go into his Tyrant Dragon, and yeah, I know that I really can't do anything right here. So he's gonna attack over the nib, attack directly, and attack me with his blue eyes, and he's going to be able to use his card to go into another. And I just pretty much a scoop right there because I know I can't stop him or anything. So Yeah, that was it. That's what I opened up. It was crazy. So we're gonna go to game two. So like I said before, thanks to the magic of editing, I'll see you there. And thanks to the magic of editing, we're back. So this time I opened up much better. I actually opened up Nightmare Throne, so I'm gonna actually search out Samsara D Lotus. And he actually hits me with the Droll and Lockbird right there. Luckily, I had the called by, so I can just go off. So I'm gonna normal summon Lotus, and I'm gonna tribute. This is actually why I was okay with searching Lotus instead of like destroying Spirit of Yubel from the deck because I had called by, so I'm good. So I'm going to be able to summon my Spirit of Yubel, and now I'm going to be able to set my Nightmare Pain. I'm going to use my Nightmare Pain to destroy my Spirit of Yubel, and now I get to summon the original Yubel, and thanks to Throne, I'll be able to summon Terra Incarnate. Unfortunately, I messed up. I forgot to search my, what's it called? My Gruesome Grave Screamer. I let him know that I forgot, and he's okay with letting me do that, but again, this is a good thing this is a practice match because I fucked that up right there. That was my bad. Yeah. So thanks to I link off to go to King Yama and I search out Shavara. Yeah, and so I let him know that I forgot to search out Gruesome Grave Screamer, so he lets me do that. But as a result, the fact I already linked off into King Yama, I just Jesus Christ. I kind of locked myself into a problem. So because I controlled a fiend, I could special summon Gruesome Grave Screamer without having to pop anything. So I just summoned Shavara, and I used Shavara to pop Gruesome Grave Screamer, and I just linked them off to go into Soul of Rage. And thanks to Shavara, I can set a Unchained Trap card from the deck, but I actually opened up my Unchained Trap, Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. So, hey, that kind of sucks, but what can you do? So I'm going to banish Gruesome Grave Screamer to summon Spirit Yubel, and I'm going to return Lotus and another card. No, not Lotus. Another card to go into Spirit of Yubel. Man, again, I am so sorry about that. So I just set, and because I control Yubel, I can summon Samsara D Lotus. Alright, I summoned Yubel, not Spirit Yubel. But because of Yubel's effect, at the end of the turn, I gotta tribute a card. So I tribute Soul of Rage because I already have the trap card in my hand, so I just set it. So I don't really have to, worry about anything. So right now I have Samsara Lotus, Phantom of Yubel, and Original Yubel. Not bad. And as well, I have my Chamber of the Unchained, so the Reborn for Soul of Rage. Right here, I'm going to use Lotus's effect, and I'm going to tribute it to, and now I'm going to destroy Yubel, and thanks to Yubel, I can summon Terra Incarnate from the deck. So not bad so far. And because a card was destroyed, I'm going to use King Yama's effect and banish itself to summon back Yubel. And as soon as he uses his spell card, I'm going to summon Rage from the grave. That way, right here, because his Blue Eyes was special summoned, I'm just going to link it off with my Soul of Rage. So that's what I do right here, and I go into obviously SP Little Knight. Let's see. So far he used up his normal summon, and he's gonna link off into his monster. He's gonna try to use its effect, and I'm going to use Phantom Yubel to tribute it to its effect. Now becomes destroy a Yubel monster. Although I kind of messed up a little bit because Yubel's already on the field, and so is Terra Incarnate, and I just destroy Spirit Yubel from the deck, but nothing happens. Sometimes when stuff like this happens, a second Yubel does once in a while come up. So I've considered that, but it doesn't really come up that much. So I stopped pretty much almost all his effects. So he's going to still be able to search his trap card. And basically, he's just asking, double check how SP Little Knight works. Telling him, if he uses a card effect, I can banish it and his monster until the end of the turn. So I'm just waiting. So he summons his Blue Eyes. And okay, I'm not gonna lie. He actually for I'll just mention this right now. He actually forgot that Nightmare Pain is still in place. So while he's doing this to him, he actually forgot that he has to attack into a Yubel monster. So right now he's got Yubel and I think Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon equipped to it, and a Maiden in defense mode. He's adjusting his seat, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I pretty much stopped a lot of his big power plays. That's what you want to do to Blue Eyes. Let's see. So he's basically just thinking what to do next. Oh, really quick, I've said this before, just for any new viewers. Even though I could see his hand, we could see his hand from here, from this perspective. During the duel, neither of us could see each other's hands. Just to clarify. So again, he's just really figuring out his next move because he kind of realized he has to attack into Blue Eyes. I mean, not his Blue Eyes has to attack into Yubel. Let's see. I can still use also Nightmare Crone's ability to if he gets rid of Yubel, I can basically shuffle back, recycle Phantom of Yubel. Unfortunately, ever since Phantom Yubel got hit to one, that's what we have to do. I kind of hope it does come back to like at two or something. I think it's at two in Master Duel, right? I haven't played Master Duel in so long. I think it is at two there. So he's gonna go into his Tyrant Blue Eyes, and if I remember right, that card can attack every one of my monsters once per turn. That's fine because thanks to Nightmare Pain, he has to attack into a Yubel monster. So hey, go ahead and keep attacking. Let's see. Let's see. So he attempts to try to attack into Little Knight, but I actually remind him Nightmare Pain is in play, so he has to attack into Yubel. But I let him go back on that because he let me do that earlier, so it's only fair. Yeah, so he's basically thinking what to do here. That's actually one of the inherent advantages Yubel has with playing against Blue Eyes because one of the issues with playing Yubel, like especially against like lower attack decks, like it's a good example. Like when the Yummies come out, that could be an issue, but like when you play against decks like Blue Eyes that are big, huge beat sticks, it's a lot easier for Yubel just to ram into the Blue Eyes and just burn the opponent. Let's see. So yeah, I'm just gonna use the effect of my Little Knight because he tried using his card, and I'm gonna banish his Maiden. That way he can't like synchro summon. He's looking through his deck because he doesn't negate, so he's able to set none of his trap cards, which is fine. I mean, I already planned to set. I'm just gonna, have Yubel and Terran Incarnate attack and do his monster because I actually have in my hand Super Poly. So basically, my idea is, as soon as it goes back to me, I'm gonna have Yubel attacking to his Tyrant, and then he'll take the burn damage. Same with Terran Incarnate, and then during the battle phase, I'll just use Super Polarization, infuse up all the monsters, and it'll go into Loving Defender forever to burn him for a game. It's actually kind of messed up when I think about it. But like you gotta do what you gotta do. That's actually why I really like playing Super Poly right now because you could do that with like your opponent's monsters. Just like have Yubel and Yubel and Terran Card on them, attack, and then just finish them off with burn damage for going into Loving Defender forever. So let's see. So he's going to use his effect to get rid of you to send Yubel, and as a result, I can shuffle back Phantom Yubel back into my extra deck. So right now I have Terra Incarnate, SP Little Knight, Super Poly ready. So I was looking over my grave and my extra and trying to figure out my next play. So yeah, this is what I do right here. Because I already attacked with Yubel. That's why he sent it. As a result, he took the damage, and I had Terran Incarnate attack. And I'm gonna go. Oh no, no, no! What I did was I had Terran Incarnate attack. He took the damage from that. Then I super polyed our cards. He took burn damage, and as a result, it's how Terran Incarnate attack into his monster for game. So yeah, all right. So far the score is 1-1. So we'll settle this in the tiebreaker. I'll see you there. And we're back at game three. So he's going to use his drill beam to search for a primate monster. Just to clarify what happened in that last game, because I feel like I didn't explain that right. He used his card to send Yubel to the grave. So as a result, I already had Terran Incarnate on field, so I couldn't summon anything. But that's how I was able to shuffle back Phantom Yubel thanks to Nightmare Crown. So basically, what I did, I had Terran Incarnate attack into his monster, and he took the damage, 3,400. So then I fused off all our cards, which let me summon Yubel Loving Defender forever. Since I used three cards to summon Yubel Loving Defender, he took 15, and because it was still a battle phase, I was able to have Yubel Loving Defender forever. Man, that's a mouthful. Attacking to his monster, and he took another 3,400. So altogether, that was 8,300 damage. Just to clarify. So, unfortunately for this game, I didn't draw any Ash, Imperm, or anything like that. I actually remember this hand. I opened up double nib. Damn. Oh boy. So he's able to go into his feet. He's basically just able to go off right here. There's nothing I can really do. Like I said, he's still, like I said, learning, like getting used to, because that's always like one of the biggest things when it comes to competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. How to side deck basically, especially for the environment you play in, like you play your locals and all that sort of thing. So his side deck's not really done right now. So that's why I decided, me and him disagree, let's do a practice game. So normally, since I had a feeling he would want to go first, I would just side in like, the Lightning Storm and Feather Dusters. You know, just a heads up for when you get anyone watching this and you got to play against Blue Eyes. Because, like, they're one of the decks that really, really loves their back row. And that actually is going to come up later. So, I'm actually going to nib his field. This is going to be a fat ass token. Man, this is going to be a big token. That's one of the issues when, you play against Blue Eyes. Because if you nib them, cool. But that token is going to be huge. So he'll still be able to summon his Blue Eyes and his Maiden. He'll be able to set one. And luckily, it did slow him down. I've played against him before tons of times. And so is Chummer Michael. I've watched, like, the last game we uploaded was him against Cyber Dragons. I'll leave a picture of the thumbnail right here if you haven't seen it yet. I've seen Blue Eyes go off, and the deck can, and do some pretty crazy things. So this, luckily, Nib did slow him down a bit. So I'm just basically thinking, okay, hopefully that's all he can do because I only opened up Nib, double Nib. I didn't open up any other hand traps. Let's see. Personally, I think what I would have done, I would probably switch out the Droll Mockbirds for, like I said, the back row destruction, and I would probably also put in the jellyfish. The Melcharmies, because I found really quick. I finally got those dang things. I finally got my set of the Melcharmies, so I'll be able to start using those. I probably would side those in right now because it'd be really useful right now. So I'm going to try to use. I think I'm using opening the spirit gates. Yeah, it is. So I'm gonna be able to search out Dark Beckoning Beast. Not the best fan, but luckily I also do have Samsara D Lotus, so I'm hoping if this goes off, I can get that extra normal summon. But unfortunately, he had the Imperm. What really screwed me right here, he did the smart thing right here. He set his Imperm in the middle column. I was not thinking. And this is why you always gotta, this is why you try to avoid playing cards in the middle column, but I got sloppy and he took advantage of that. This was actually a really good play on him. He this way opening the Spirit Gate cannot be used, unfortunately, because since he did use his imperm to stop my search with Dark Beckoning Beast, normally what I would do is just use opening the Spirit Gates to ditch Samsara Lotus and then bring it back thanks to it, and then just go from there. But because I messed up and I played opening in the middle where he already had a set card, I should have expected imperm. If I didn't do that, I could have gone off. But he, like I said, he made a really good call right there. So he's going to use his drill beam, his card to negate and banish Yama, so I won't be able to search Shavara. So yeah, he made a really good play right here. Good on him, honestly. He always underestimates himself. Like when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, the dude's really gotten a lot better, honestly, especially with his the decks he likes to play. And I mentioned that because I know he watches the channel. So yeah, man, this is a really good call on your half. So I can't do much else, so I'm just gonna return Dark Beckoning Beast and Terra Incarnate that was in my hand. Just go Phantom of Yubel and hope that might be enough for me to do something. So yeah, I do also have a second nib in hand. He tries to use the monster here, so I'm gonna use Phantom right now. Tribute itself to destroy Spirit Yubel from the deck, and I'll be able to summon the original Yubel. So not bad actually. Let's see. So far so good. Okay, so he's going to summon Primite Dragon. Dude, the Primites are going to get even crazier. That new fusion monster you're going to be getting. I don't. I want to say. I think the TCG is going to be getting it in the summer, I think. So this deck's going to get a huge, like, Zenkai boost pretty soon. So he's going to set another card, and he's searching through his deck. Not much I can really do. All I can really hope for is that he can't, like, clear my field out, basically. So he's going to link off into his Blue Eyes, and he's going to tribute, summon a Blue Eyes, and he already had the field spell out. Because I have Yubel and Opening Spirit Gates, but that can't be used right now, and Dark Beckoning Beast, so there's not much I can do. And he still has this huge nib token too. Basically, I'm just letting him summon as much as possible because by now he's already definitely past 5, but I want him to basically use up his resources. Let's see, so he's going to ditch 2 cards to search out Valor and Blue Eyes Fusion. I think that's what it's called. I think it is. It's still crazy that this deck can search Valor, man. Although it's really cool too. Let's see. So he's looking over his hand and deciding what his next move should be. He could just use his Blue Eyes Fusion right here, honestly. He's looking over his extra deck. Yeah, that's the issue sometimes here. Just, let's see. Okay. I think it's the problem. He doesn't really have a way to get rid of Yubel because Yubel can be destroyed by battle, and even if he destroys Yubel by card effects, I can just summon Terra Incarnate. And he's just double checking to make sure how Yubel works. I just told him, yeah, it can't be destroyed by battle. So he's looking over my grave, and it's a bestial. Man, I hate the bestials. So he banishes Phantom. So he manages to basically send Yubel and my Dark Beck. I mean, not send. I managed to nib his field. But before that, when I revealed nib, before that, he used his Synchro Monster to tag out on the Crimson Dragon. Just because, basically. So nib will actually clear his field. But the problem was his new token will gain everything else. So this is a big token, and he'll also be able to pop my nib. So unfortunately, I'm kind of wide open. Yeah. Let's see. So he's looking over his hand still. He's looking over his set card. Basically looking over if he can still get game because I'm pretty much wide open. And unfortunately, I don't have Spirit of Yubel in hand. If I did, that actually would save me right here, but unfortunately, no. So he's going to use his Blue Eyes Fusion, and he's going to go into his Tyrant Dragon. Blue Eyes Tyrant, I think is his name. Yeah, it is. So he'll be able to use his field spell. Search. So he's going to attack with Tyrant, and thanks to Tyrant, he'll be able to search a trap card Imperm, and yeah, I can't really do much else. He can't get full game right here, but there's really not much I can do because I already used up my all my hand, and my hand wasn't even that much. So you'll be able to summon also Blue Eyes in defense, and he'll be able to link them off to go into his Heavenly Spears. So I'm looking over my hand, and I'm gonna summon Samsara Lotus, I believe. I'm gonna attempt to use Lotus's effect. So he's going to use his Spears effect to bounce to, and I'm gonna tribute. So yeah, he's double checking his effect. I told him it's a you can effect, so he's going to call it to bounce it back as soon as it was summoned. And now he'll be able to summon his tech card he's been using, Quackimiru Dragon, which means now I'm locked out of Dark Monsters. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, I freaking hate this card. Oh man, I'm stuck. I can't do anything. I already normal summoned, so I can't do anything there. And I'm trying to, yeah, I was thinking maybe I can use opening the Spirit Gates, ditch Lotus to bring it back and go from there, but I can't because I can't summon Dark Monsters. Oh my god, this card. And I actually have triple tactics in hand, so I'm trying to think. Do I want to like shuffle back his last card in his hand back to his deck? Do I want to draw two and maybe get lucky and draw? I'm just double checking. Yeah, I can't special summon Dark Monsters. This card and the Bestials just shut me down. Both Yubel and Heroes actually, because the best cards in Heroes are Dark. Dark Law, Plasma, DPE. So yeah, and Malicious obviously. And here Yubel is all dark. The only non-dark cards are like Shavara. So yeah, this card really messes with me. I'm just trying to think, what could I do next? I have triple tactics, but I'm thinking I don't know if that's enough. Because I was thinking again, I could either shuffle back his card, draw two, maybe get lucky and draw something, but what I decided to do is use it to try to take control of his token to attack over his Quackimiru Dragon. But he negates, and yeah, I can't do anything. So he got it. Uh, what I would do different next time, I would not. I would make sure to remember anytime I see my opponent set a card in the middle, I'm just always going to assume it's imperm and not play a card in the same column. If I didn't do that, I would have definitely. I think I would have had the this game honestly. But hey, what can you do? GG on my opponent. He's gotten a lot better with his deck. So if you want to see like an updated Blue Eyes deck, or like I said, updated anything, let us know, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great week. Take care. Bye.